Thanks very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the game where we aim for the obscure and ignore the obvious. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm James. This is my friend Dave, and we're from South Wales.
Couple number two.
I'm Jill, and this is Alan, my quiz partner and a friend, and we're both from Somerset.
Couple number three.
Hello, my name's Max, and this is my friend Ryan, and we're from Dunfermline.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm from Lichfield, and this is my Aunt Babs, who's from Surrey.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, the sheriff of a spit and sawdust town called Obscurity. And it's a town which literally isn't big enough for the both of us. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Afternoon. Oh, I haven't got over the last show yet.
I know, wasn't that exciting?
That was amazing. Shahab and Guy, we've rarely seen a better performance in Pointless history, have we?
That really was fantastic.
Absolutely blew the whole thing away, didn't they? It was an incredible performance. Took home £10,250.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but took it home. They took it home well. You wouldn't have resented it. It was really, really amazing performance.
Yeah.
But we start again. We begin again. We've got two returning pairs coming back as well, which is always lovely. Two new pairs welcomed along. And so we're not playing for £10,250, but what a way to finish that run. It was terrific, wasn't it? That was terrific. Really, really deserved it.
Such a deserving pair.
And the first two rounds today, just because we're starting again, you need very, very different skill sets for the first two rounds. Anyone who's good at round one and round two is a good quizzer.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer, that being an answer that none of our 100 people gave. And each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Well, as you'll have gathered, Guy and Shihab won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, the pair with the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. And do remember that there is to be no conferring during the round. OK, our first category today is soap operas. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many British Soap Award winners as they could. British Soap Award winners, Richard.
Specifically, we're looking for the name of anyone who's won the Best Actress or Best Actor at the British Soap Awards from 1999, when it was first awarded, up to 2013, please. So anyone who's won the Best Actress or the Best Actor award. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, James and Dave, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. James, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. What do you do, James?
I'm a copywriter.
For advertising?
Yes. Do you think of the lovely bits of junk mail that you enjoy getting through your
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, yeah. I write the best ones. Well, some of the best ones.
I do often wonder who writes those things, because they are wonderful. And it's you. And what are your interests outside copywriting?
I write other things as well.
I was going to say copywriters are usually thwarted authors.
Yes.
or perhaps not so thwarted.
I've written a children's book. And,
have you?
yes. It took me 25 years to finish.
Yeah, no, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called the Picklesmith Trunk Warmer.
The Picklesmith Trunk Warmer?
Yes. Try forgetting that one.
I'm going to have a job for getting that one, I think, probably. Now, James, there we are. Best. Do you follow soap operas at all? Are you an addict of any of them?
Of Coronation Street.
Perfect.
Yep.
You should have a good answer then.
I'm going to go for Simon Gregson.
Simon Gregson. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Simon Gregson. Oh, no! Bad luck, James. That's good pointless tactics, but I'm afraid an incorrect answer scores you the maximum of 100 points.
Yeah, that's unlucky, James. I thought that would be a right answer. Play Steve McDonald, of course. Been nominated a couple of times, but he's never won it.
Right, now, Jill. Welcome back to the show, Jill.
Thank you.
Now, what happened last time?
Well, I didn't know the nationality of... Well, I knew some, but they were too well known, of tennis players.
Yeah. Now, remind us what you get up to, Jill.
Well, I'm retired now, of course. Usual granny pursuits, but I'm a great festival goer and gig goer, so I go to lots of concerts, and I've been going to Glastonbury since 1978.
Which was the best year, in your opinion?
The best year when there's no rain.
Yeah.
But a highlight for me, really, was seeing Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros, because I'd seen him as Clash in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it was great seeing a sort of reincarnation.
Fantastic. OK, now how about soap operas?
Well, I'd watch them occasionally, as remembering their names, and the one that stands out for me, but whether she's ever won an award, and if she hasn't, somebody should be listening and give her one, June Brown.
June Brown. Let's find out if that's right. June Brown. How many people said June Brown, if it is right? Oh, no! Oh, take note, British Soap Awards. June Brown, another incorrect answer, but again, another unlucky incorrect answer scores you the maximum of 100 points. Well, you're in good company.
What are they playing at?
I've no idea.
It's
I've no
amazing,
idea.
isn't it? The
It's
wonderful June
embarrassing.
Brown. She has had a Lifetime Achievement Award, to be fair.
Fair enough.
But yeah, she's not one of the best actresses, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now, Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Here from Dunfermline.
Yes.
What do you do, Ryan?
I'm a full-time business management student, and when I'm not there, I'm a part-time bookmaker, a bookie.
A bookie? So what do you do at the bookies? You just take the bets? Or...
Take bets, deal with some characters.
I bet you do. Oh, the Dunfermline locals.
Quite something.
Do you have a little bet going yourself?
No, I'm not supposed to bet our own company, so I have to find other means.
Do you have to nip down the road to the rivals?
I
to
do.
Put your bets on
Indeed,
there.
yes.
Covering up your...
I'm just checking out the competition if anyone asks.
Yeah. Very good. Now then, Ryan, what about these soap opera awards?
It's a difficult one. I'm going to hazard a guess at Steve McFadden.
Steve McFadden, says Ryan. Well, quite a few high scores, shall we say. So let's see if Steve McFadden's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. Oh, no!
Goodness me.
Wow. OK, another 100. Yeah, an incorrect answer, I'm afraid. 100 points for you.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's won Villain of the Year, Steve McFadden.
I'll bet he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Babs.
Hello.
Babs, welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, you're putting a brave smile on. I don't think I can't see the bravery there on that last
The
podium.
feeling.
You were that close to going through to the final. You were just chickpeas away from going into the final. It was a pulses round. It was very exciting, that pulses round.
Oh, amazing.
Oh. Now, Babs, do you follow soap operas at all?
I've got a couple of answers, but I don't think they're any better than what's already gone.
Well, this has got to be a little bit reassuring, hasn't it? What has gone before?
Yes.
Yeah. OK, what are you going to go for?
I really still can't make up my mind, but I think I will say Letitia Dean.
Letitia Dean, says Babs. Let's find out if Letitia Dean is a correct answer. Should we just go for that for now? Letitia Dean. Oh, wow, look at... this is like whatever the opposite of shooting fish in a barrel is. Unfortunately, an incorrect answer. That scores you the maximum of 100 points. It's going very well,
Goodness,
isn't it?
well, I have to say, genuinely, 4 perfectly good answers. Though it's interesting, we're looking for best soap actress or soap actor. You could have said Archbishop Desmond Tutu and you'd still be in the joint lead.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Well, we're pretty much absolutely as we were when we started out. Mags, Ellen, Jill, Dave, let's think really hard. In fact, all you have to go for now is just a really obvious answer. Normally I wouldn't say that, but I think it's probably time to bring out the big guns. Best of luck with that. It's anyone's game. It's very exciting. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Ellen, remember we are looking for Best Actor or Best Actress winners at the British Soap Awards. Ellen, welcome back to Pointless. Now, remind us what you do, Ellen.
I'm a student at Lancaster University.
And you're studying?
Ethics, philosophy and religion.
Now, I was reading about you. You're quite a fan of tattoos.
Yeah, I have several.
What's your favourite?
I have some lyrics on my arm that I'm quite fond of.
Which lyrics are they?
They're David Bowie lyrics from Ashes to Ashes.
Which particular lyric have you gone for?
It says, I'm happy, hope you're happy too.
Ah, that's a nice lyric. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, could have said, we all know Major Tom's a junkie, which is nice not to have tattooed on your arm. OK, Ellen, is it time? I think it's time to break the jinx. Let's see if we can get down this column.
I don't really know that many soap actors or actresses, but I do read Heat. So we're going to go with Michelle Keegan.
Michelle Keegan. Michelle
Yes.
Keegan. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Oh, brilliant. And on it goes. I'm afraid an incorrect answer, Ellen. Takes your total up to 200.
I tell you what, it's going to be a hell of a tie-break. No, again, a perfectly good answer. She's won soap awards, but not won Best Actress or Best Actor.
Now then, Mags. Mags, welcome to the show. Great to have you here from Dunfermline. What do you do?
I am a membership coordinator for a local sustainable food project in Fife.
And how do you and Ryan know each other?
We used to work together. We were telephone fundraisers for a while. And so we used to phone people up when they were having their tea, ask them for money. So we bonded over that.
Good stuff. OK, now, Mags, do you follow soap operas? No.
This is like the worst thing that could come up for me.
Do you know what? That need be no impediment.
I know. There was one name that kind of jumped at me. I'm going to go for Lacey Turner.
Lacey Turner. Lacey Turner. Oh, look, we've got a red line for you. That's the first time. There you are. If you can score... The high scorers at the moment are Ellen and Babs on 200. If you can score 99 or less, you're into the next round. And I'll be very grateful. Lacey Turner. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Hey, look at that, Mags. Very well done indeed. Lacey Turner. What a turn up for the books. There she goes. Down to 4. Not just a correct answer, but a brilliant answer. Lovely low score there, Mags. Takes your total up to 104.
Ah, well played, Mags.
Oh.
That's the way to do it. Know nothing about the subjects and just jump in there with a brilliant answer. Yes, plays Stacey Slater. She's won it twice, Lacey Turner.
Now, Alan. Welcome back, Alan. Remind us what you do down in Somerset.
I'm retired, and I cycle a lot.
You I tell you what I'm getting at
I just think
is
about that.
last time
Yeah.
you were sort of about to start telling us about belly dancing.
Yeah.
And you said,
Lady
I think you know where this is going. And I'll be honest, at the time I didn't really, but now I've given it some thought.
Yeah.
I think I do know. Were you about to tell us that you do a little bit of belly dancing yourself?
I have been known to. We holiday in Egypt, and when we were last there was some dancing going on, and the locals gave me a stick, and I tend to do a stick dance. And
You
at the
tend
end-
to do a stick
dance, yeah. And the guy came over and said, "You're Egyptians?" No. Bristol, just down the M5, you know. No. I think there's something your parents haven't told you.
So good was your stick dance.
Yeah.
Alan, just
well-
quickly show us what a stick dance looks like.
Yeah. It's almost like a broomstick. Can you sort of...
Are you Egyptian, Alan? That movement was extraordinary. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
He's a fair old mover, isn't he?
He's a fair old mover,
For a
surely.
65-year-old, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no, at any age, I think that's good. I'd give my eye teeth to stick dance like that. Now then, Alan, we have high scorers, Ellen and Babs. We have a 104, which is a good aim. Something if you can go for somewhere between 99 and 4 in your answer, you will make it through to the next round.
I'm going to try for Martine McCutcheon.
Martine McCutcheon, says Alan. Martine McCutcheon, here's your red line, a nice high one. Get below that, you're through. Let's see if Martine McCutcheon ever won a soap award as Best Actress. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, this is the round that's going to go on forever. There we are. That scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Sorry, Alan, another deserving winner, Martine McCutcheon, but no award.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed. Now, Dave. Dave, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. What do you do?
I'm a marketing trainer for a small marketing consultancy, so I present seminars to small businesses to try and get them to grow their company, increase their profits, that sort of thing. And then at the weekend, I work for a radio station in Wales.
And here's Michael Bublé. Oh, I'm glad you still do the radio station. That you couldn't be putting that Dave Vox to waste. That would be terrible.
So people tell me, apparently.
Now, Dave, now. Let's see if we can find any winner of Best Actor or Best Actress at the British Soap Awards.
I'm going to have a stab at Alan Halsall from Coronation Street.
Alan Halsall. There's your red line. You've got to get below that, Dave. Let's see if Alan Halsall is right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done, Dave. Oh. 4. There we are. Great economy of numbers there. You join Mags and Ryan on 104. Well done, you're through.
Very well played, yeah. Plays Tyrone Dobbs, of course. I think it's the first round in pointless history where there's only been 2 scores.
At the end of the round, yeah.
Which is 100, which 6 of you got, and 4, which 2 of you got. Anyway, now we go into lockdown.
Lockdown! Actually, that's good. I might, yeah. Lockdown!
Do you know what I'm going to do for the first time ever on my computer that doesn't work? I'm going to press caps lock.
Lockdown! So yes, as it is exciting, as we have reached lockdown. We've reached lockdown, which means the lockdown pairs have to give me one more answer each, and the pair that gets the highest score will be eliminated. Alan and Jill, you will go first, and you can confer.
Saran Jones.
Saran Jones. OK, Saran Jones. Ellen and Babs, who are you going to go for?
I think we're going to say Barbara Windsor.
Barbara Windsor. OK, so we have Saran Jones, Barbara Windsor. Let's put them to the test. Saran Jones, is that right? How many people said it? It's right. Oh. It's right, Alan and Jill. Saran Jones is a correct answer, and it's a low score as well. Look at that. It's pointless. That is a pointless answer. It adds 250 quid to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £1,250, and it scores you nothing. Where was Saran Jones in the first bit of this round? Ellen and Babs, well, that's what you have to beat. Who knows? Maybe Barbara Windsor is also a pointless answer. Let's find out. Is Barbara Windsor right? How many people said it if it is? It's right. Now, Barbara has a mountain to climb here if she's going to be... Oh, bad luck, 14. 14 takes your total up to 214. Richard.
That is the first time we've ever had a pointless answer in a tie break. First time someone's ever scored, joined the 200 club and added £250 to the jackpot in the same round. That is some going. In the annals of pointless history, there will be a big photo of the two of you. There's quite a few pointless answers here. Let's take a look at some of them, and people at home would have got some of these as well, and you'll know them as well, because I know you know your soaps from the answers you were giving. Anthony Cotton would have been a pointless answer. Played Sean Tully, of course, in Corrie. Brian Capron, Richard Hillman, the evil killer Richard Hillman. He was a pointless answer. Joe Absalom, who played Matthew in EastEnders. You could have had Natalie Cassidy. Patsy Palmer as well, Bianca Jackson, of course. Robert Kaczynski from EastEnders played Sean Slater. And Saran Jones, there you go. Married, of course, to Steve McDonald, who should have been an answer, but wasn't. So lots of pointless answers up. There's some other low scorers as well. Casey Ainsworth, you could have had Martin Kemp. You could have had, they both would have scored you 1 point. Ross Kemp would have scored you 4 points. Shane Ritchie, 6 points from him. So plenty of answers up there. And, you know, you go all these obvious ones and just sort of, in a minefield, managed to miss every single one of them.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So I'm afraid at the end of our first round, the pair leaving with a historically high score of 214. I'm afraid it's Ellen and Babs. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing, Ellen and Babs. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we have to say goodbye to another pair. Well, special mention to Mags and Dave for breaking the jinx there and scoring 4 apiece. And extra special mention to Alan and Jill for getting Saran Jones in the lockdown. That was very exciting indeed. And here we all are, about a year older, but we've made it to round 2. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. The category for round 2 is history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns historical events and their locations. Historical events and their locations, Richard.
Oh, I thought for one terrible moment it was going to be the history of the British Soap Awards, but it's not. Yeah, on each pass we're going to show you 6 historical events and the year they took place. You need to tell us the modern-day countries in which they all happened, please. There's going to be 6 on each pass, 12 in all to get it home. As always, by country, I mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN.
Thanks very much indeed. So we're looking for the modern-day countries in which these historic events took place, and here's our first board of 6. Fall of the Shah, 1979. Apartheid, 1948 to 1994. Night of the Long Knives, 1934. Spanish Fury, 1576. St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, 1572. And the Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976. I'll read those all one last time. Fall of the Shah, 1979. Apartheid, 1948 to 1994. Night of the Long Knives, 1934. Spanish Fury, 1576. St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, 1572. And Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976. There we are. 6 historic events. James, we need the countries, the modern-day countries in which they took place. What do you make of that board?
I know 3 or 4. I think I'm going to hark back to my history O-level and go for Night of the Long Knives, which happened in Germany.
Night of the Long Knives, Germany, says James. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Germany. It's right. Very well done indeed. 9 for Germany.
Well played, James. Yeah, The Purge of Competing Nazi Leaders by Adolf Hitler.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Alan, what do you make of that board?
Yeah, I know a couple. I'm going to run with the fall of the Shah in Iran in 1979.
Iran, you are going to say, the fall of the Shah. Let's see if that's right. Iran, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right. 9 is the low score at the moment. 16. 16 for Iran.
Yeah, never returned to Iran, of course. The Shah died in 1980 in Egypt.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Mags. How good's your history, Mags?
Well, I only know the 2 kind of obvious ones. So apartheid would be South Africa, and the Cultural Revolution, China. The other 2, even the dates don't really mean anything to me, so I'm not even going to hazard a guess at those. I'm going to go with Cultural Revolution in China.
China for the Cultural Revolution, says Mags. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Not a bad score, 12. There we are. Scores less than Iran.
Yes, launched by Mao Zedong and killed nearly 500,000 people. It's a terrific answer. You're right, there's 2 very tough ones in the middle of that board. Apartheid is South Africa, of course. A very low score, though, for that. Would have scored you 48 points. Now, these other 2, very well done if you got the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre was France. And that would have scored you 1 point. And the Spanish Fury...
I guess if I had to guess, I'd probably say Peru or something like that.
Oh, it's really, really nearly Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nearly Peru. It's Belgium.
Belgium.
And it was a pointless answer. It took place in Antwerp, now in Belgium, of course.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, well, let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. 9, the best score of that past James, very well done. Then up to 12, where we find Mags and Ryan. Up to 16, Alan and Jill. But it's quite a nice, tight little group there we have. But you are out in front, so Jill will need a low score from you on the next pass. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 6 more historical events on the board. Here they come. We have got Rumble in the Jungle, 1974, signing of the Maastricht Treaty, 1992, Salt March, 1930, murder of Rasputin, 1916, the siege of Carthage, 149 to 146 BC, and the landing of the Mayflower, 1620. I'll read those all one last time. Rumble in the Jungle, 1974, signing of the Maastricht Treaty, 1992, Salt March, 1930, murder of Rasputin, 1916, siege of Carthage, 149 to 146 BC, and the landing of the Mayflower, 1620. OK, now remember, we are looking for the modern-day countries in which these events took place. And Ryan, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew.
I'd rather have a right answer than a wrong answer at all again. So I'll hazard a guess at the landing of the Mayflower and the United States, America.
The United States of America, the landing of the Mayflower. Well, if you want to avoid becoming the new high scorers, this would ideally score you 3 or less. But let's find out how many of our 100 people said the landing of the Mayflowers in the United States. There's your red line. Still going down. Still going down. Look at that, 15. Not bad. Takes your total up to 27, Ryan.
That's an amazingly low score,
Isn't
it? For the landing of the Mayflower. Yeah, landed first at Cape Cod and then settled at Plymouth.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Jill. Jill, you're on 16. The high scorers are now Mags and Ryan on 27, so 10 or less, you will make it through to the next round.
OK. I'll go the Salt March, and I think that's India.
India, says Jill, for the Salt March. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Get below that, you're in the head-to-head. It's right. Oh, well done. 2 for the Salt March.
Fantastic.
18 is your total, and you are... I tell you what I love is Salt March lamb. That's delicious. Have you ever had that?
Well, this was a Salt March organised by Gandhi, a non-violent protest against the salt tax. Very, very good answer.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, now, Dave, you're the last person to go. Why not talk us through the board? That board is all yours. You have to score 17 or less.
Just like Ryan, a nightmare option, this one. So, I'm going to go for the rumble in the jungle, and something tells me, in the back of my mind, Manila in the Philippines.
The Philippines, says Dave. The Philippines. There's your red line. Get below that, you're in the head-to-head. Let's see if the Philippines is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Oh, bad luck, Dave. I'm sorry. You're going to kick yourself.
Yep.
I'm afraid that scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 109.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. The Rumble in the Jungle wasn't in Manila. I think the Thriller in Manila was in Manila. Yeah. I think that was a different fight, but they're often lumped together. It was actually in Zaire, and the modern-day name of that country is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Would have been a terrific answer, though. Would have scored you 1 point. Very well done to anyone who said that at home. The signing of the Maastricht Treaty. Do you know that one?
It's Luxembourg, isn't it?
It's not. It's the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Just up the road, yeah. That would have scored you 10 points. The murder of Rasputin was Russia. Yeah, it's the biggest scorer up there. Would have scored 47. Now, the siege of Carthage. It's a tough one.
It's North Africa, isn't it?
It's North Africa, yeah. It's Tunisia.
It's Tunisia.
Tunisia. Very well done if you said that. 5 points. So a tough board there. Very well. Anyone who got all of those, it's terrific work.
Thanks very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, the pair heading home with their high score of 109. It's Dave and James. I'm sorry. Yes, the Thriller in Manila.
It'll curse me for years.
The rumble in Manila.
He will now shoot me.
Yeah.
Listen, Dave and James, it's been great having you on the show. And the good news is we get to see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Thanks, meantime, for playing, Dave and James. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Mags and Ryan, Alan and Jill. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. Now, we have to decide who's going to play for that jackpot, and to do that, you're now going to go head-to-head, the difference being you're now allowed to confer. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns famous Lancastrians. Famous Lancastrians, Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of people born in or famously associated with the historic county of Lancashire. Can you name the most obscure, please?
Thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Lancastrians, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 famous Lancastrians. Mags and Ryan, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first.
I love Freddie Flintoff. And what's Flintoff's first name? Andrew Flintoff, yeah, okay. Because I really don't know the other ones.
Oh, just I think that'll be more than one.
Yeah, I think C's my gran. We're going to go for A, Andrew Flintoff.
OK, Andrew Flintoff, say Mags and Ryan. Now, Alan and Jill, do you want to talk us through the board?
I can't see B very well. I think it might be Anthony Burgess, but I'm not going to risk it, I don't think. With C, we think is Thora Hird.
D is Jeff Hurst, the footballer, probably just won the World Cup then.
And E
Eric.
is Eric.
D?
D? All right.
D, Jeff Hurst.
OK, D, Jeff Hurst, you are saying. So we have Andrew Flintoff and Jeff Hurst. Mags and Ryan went with Andrew Flintoff. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Flintoff. He's right. 59, a high score there for Freddie. Now then, Alan and Jill have said D, Jeff Hurst. D, Jeff Hurst. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. And you win the point. Very well done, Alan and Jill. 33 for Jeff Hurst. Which means after one question, Alan and Jill, you are up 1-0.
Very well played there, Alan and Jill. Alan, you said it must be just after the World Cup. It's actually a couple of months before the World Cup, so it was all to come for Jeff Hurst when that picture was taken. Now, we'll deal with B in a moment. C, you're absolutely right, with Thora Hird. She would have scored you 39 points. E, of course, is Eric Morecambe. Would have scored you 78. And if you'd had to have a punt on B, Jill, what would you have gone for?
Well, I think it's Anthony Burgess, but I'm not sure, and I'm not sure whether he came from Lancaster or not, so...
Well, Anthony Burgess was born in Manchester, and that is Anthony Burgess. Would have scored you 5 points. I mean, you've got the point anyway, but you took us through the board perfectly there. Well played as a pair.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Alan and Jill will get to answer it first, but Mags and Ryan, you have to win this one to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns Oprah. Oprah, Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 clues now to facts about the TV presenter and businesswoman Oprah Winfrey. Can you give us the most obscure answers, please?
Thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 clues. Here they come. Steven Spielberg directed her in this 1985 film. The cyclist she famously interviewed in January 2013. The city her show was filmed in for 25 years. The name of the British chat show host who opened his new American show in 2011 by interviewing her. And the year the Oprah Winfrey Show came off air in America. I'll read those one last time. Steven Spielberg directed her in this 1985 film. The cyclist she famously interviewed in January 2013. The city her show was filmed in for 25 years. The British chat show host who opened his new American show in 2011 by interviewing her. And the year the Oprah Winfrey Show came off air in America. There we are, 5 clues to facts about Oprah Winfrey. Alan and Jill, you'll go first.
Right. I don't know any of the others, I only know the top one.
Top one is good by me.
Yeah, because I think everybody knows the other one, don't they?
Okay.
Because didn't he confess that he...
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, he confessed, didn't he? That he'd been,
Yes,
yeah.
yes indeed.
All right, we're going to go for the Steven Spielberg film, which was The Colour Purple.
The Colour Purple. The Colour Purple, say Alan and Jill. Now then, Mags and Ryan, do you want to talk us through that board?
We've been pipped to the post. That was the
were
answer
gonna
we
say
were
that.
going to give. The cyclist is obviously Lance Armstrong. The British chat show host would be Piers Morgan. And the year the Oprah Winfrey Show came off air, I would think it was 2012.
It's not 2011, though. Is it
I don't, definitely not.
2012. Let's go 2012.
OK, you're going to say 2012, the year she came off air. OK, there we are. So we have The Colour Purple, we have 2012. Alan and Jill said The Colour Purple was the Spielberg-directed film she appeared in 85. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. $26. 26 for The Colour Purple. Now then, Mags and Ryan, a little bit of a punt here. 2012, the year the Oprah Winfrey Show came off air in America. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. No bad luck. I'm sorry, Mags and Ryan, that's an incorrect answer, which means Alan and Jill, very well done you. After only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Well played, Alan and Jill. Yeah, no, tough luck, not 2012. It's actually 2011, the one you ruled out. Yeah. Would have scored you 7 points as well. Would have been a very, very good answer. But, you know, if your brain was telling you it wasn't, then it wasn't. And you should have gone for Piers Morgan. Would have scored you 14 points.
Not everybody knew that. Oh, well.
14 points for Piers Morgan. The cyclist, I think both teams knew, was Lance Armstrong. Big scorer, though. Would have scored 69 points. And the city her show was filmed in for 25 years. Do you know this one? I didn't know this one.
I don't know this one, no.
It's Chicago. Chicago would have scored 8 points. So the year is actually the best answer up there.
Thanks very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, it's Mags and Ryan. Oh dear, well listen, good news. We get to see you again next time. That's true. Because otherwise it would have been only one appearance, and that would have been too few. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much for playing, Mags and Ryan. But for Alan and Jill, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Alan and Jill. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £1,250. You've done so well. So well. Bit of a tough start, obviously, that first round. But, though, you made Pointless history. First ever Pointless answer in a tie-break. So, fantastic. Into the annals of Pointless you go. What would you like to see come up in this round?
Film, literature. Yeah, film and literature, mostly.
Yeah, cyclists that have won the Tour de France more than once.
OK, well, you choose the category, and here are your 4 options. They are horror films, boxers, moons of the solar system, British thriller writers.
Well, you choose.
OK.
And don't choose moons of the solar system.
Horror films.
You're going to go with horror films?
Horror films.
OK, horror films it is.
OK, very best of luck. We're going to give you 3 different options now. We're looking for any of the following. We're looking for the name of any actor who appeared in the 1992 Francis Ford Coppola Dracula film. We are looking for anyone who's appeared in 2 or more of the Scream films. Any actor credited. And we're looking for anyone credited in Shaun of the Dead. So anyone credited in the 1992 Dracula, anyone credited in 2 or more of the Scream films, or anyone credited in Shaun of the Dead. All according to IMDb. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be correct. Now, remember, the answers you give can come from any of these categories. You can spread them how you like across the categories. They can all be all from one, 2 from one from another. It's entirely up to you. Are you ready?
OK.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead, that's at...
I've never heard of the middle ones. Have you, Scream?
Nope.
Shaun of the Dead, it was Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Who was the actor that's
buddy that's
with
with
him?
him.
He was in the other one.
Right.
Hot Fuzz, wasn't he, as
Yeah.
well? I can't remember. He'd be well known anyway,
Yeah.
even though we don't know him. And Dracula actors, was that the Kenneth Branagh one with Helena Bonham Carter?
OK, that's one answer. 2 more.
Well, they're the stars. I
Yes, they
mean,
are, yeah.
Scream. What was Scream?
No idea.
Is it Lindsay Lohan?
Give that a try, if you like, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Really?
Oh, I wish we'd done Thriller writers now.
10 seconds left, I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
I think we've done, actually, because we're not very good.
No, not very good at all.
No.
Yeah.
OK, well, we'll let the minute run out, and there it is. I now need 3 answers from you.
OK. Lindsay Lohan from Scream.
Lindsay Lohan from Scream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simon Pegg
Simon
from
Pegg
Shaun
from
of the
Shaun
Dead.
of the Dead.
Yeah.
And
Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham
yeah,
Carter
for
from Dracula.
Yeah.
So of those 3 answers, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Well, I know that Helena Bonham Carter was in Dracula. And
So you'll put that last?
Yes.
OK, we'll put Helena Bonham Carter
Yeah.
last. And
least likely to be a right answer is Scream.
and Lindsay Lohan
Yeah.
then first. OK, let's pop those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Lindsay Lohan, we've got Simon Pegg, and we've got Helena Bonham Carter. Well, very best of luck. Your first answer was Lindsay Lohan. Now, remember, only one of these answers has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £1,250. I'm sorry to say, it's not our biggest ever jackpot, but still, it's quite nice. What would you do with your share of that, Jill?
Well, if I ever won it, I would share it with my family.
Alan?
I'd like to buy my wife a bunch of flowers, because I haven't bought her one lately.
Oh.
And I have a broken wristwatch for the last 20 years. I'd like to fix it, actually.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, I think I should.
Yeah, 20 years. Well, best of luck. 3 answers on the board. We will discover if they are correct and pointless, but let's hope they are. In our first category, we were looking for recurring scream actors, and your answer was Lindsay Lohan. Let's find out for £1,250 if it's right and if it's pointless. No bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, so obviously not a pointless answer. Only 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Let's find out about your next answer, Simon Pegg. Again, it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot, so let's find out for £1,250 how many of our 100 people thought Simon Pegg was in Shaun of the Dead. Well, there we are. It's a correct answer. Lindsay Lohan was an incorrect answer, but Simon Pegg very much correct. 44 is what he scored. Again, not a pointless answer. So everything is now riding on your third and final answer, Helena Bonham Carter. OK, to win the jackpot of £1,250, it has to be correct. Then it has to be pointless. Let's find out how many people said Helena Bonham Carter.
It was Frankenstein, wasn't it? That's incorrect.
I'm sorry, that was a really tough category and not one you would ever have chosen for yourselves. I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £1,250. That will roll over onto the next show, but it's been great having you on the show. You've been fantastic across both shows. And you do, of course, remember, do take home a pointless trophy. So you don't leave empty-handed.
Yeah, unlucky. You've been terrific across 2 shows. I think you convinced yourself it was Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein we were looking for rather than...
I saw Alexander's face when he was reading it, and I thought, we're stuffed. I knew it, you know, I knew.
I often think that when I look at Alexander's face. I think, boy, are we ever stuffed, I think. Now, let's take a look at some of the pointless answers. People at home might have got a few of these. Dracula actors, you could have had Billy Campbell, you could have had Cary Elwes, you could have had Richard E. Grant, Sadie Frost, also in that version. Very well done if you said any of those. Recurring scream actors, C.W. Morgan, Lawrence Hecht, Jamie Kennedy, some people might have got Nancy Adele. And there's quite a few pointless answers in Shaun of the Dead actors. Julia Deakin, Reece Shearsmith from League of Gentlemen, the lovely Tamsin Gregg, Vernon Kay, who played himself. There's a few other people who played themselves, actually, in that film. You could have had Chris Martin from Coldplay as in that film. Keith Chegwin, Krishnan and Guru Murthy. You could also have had Rafe Spall, would have been a pointless answer. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Alan and Jill, but we've really loved having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Alan and Jill, great contestants. Well, sadly, Alan and Jill didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,250. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.